Well, hello. I'm back. I'm back after quite a few months. No, you can wait, Mr. White Van Man. And in a bit of a dash this morning, trying to get to work, and I've got my fuel light on, so I need to get filled up. One thing you notice is my camera's in a different place, and if you're connected to me on Facebook, you'd actually know that I've got a new camera. Probably might sound a little bit different. I'm using the same old mic that I have been using. I've just plugged it up to my camera, and I've got the new Drift Ghost 4K, so should be streaming at you at 4K now with a little bit better quality. And also, I don't have my extra little dangly voice recorder shoved in my pocket now, as I used to have. So I used to have to switch my camera on and then also switch my voice recorder on to actually record my voice, and sometimes either one or the other would not be recording, so I wouldn't get any footage. So at least now I've only just got one device that I've got to think about and make sure it works. Don't know what all that mess was about up there. Thank goodness for a bike that you can filter. Right, let's get filled up and then I can get chatting again in a minute. Right, off. Right, so my Drift Ghost 4K. Let's see how it fares against my other camera, and also how easy it is to edit 4K for a change. I haven't been out on my bike that often because of the weather. It's been quite a bad cold winter. It's either been really cold, icy, and wet and mucky and everything, or we've had a couple of bouts of snow and that have prevented me from getting out on the bike. And as I've got a car now, I'm not gonna be taking the risk going on the roads that I have to go, because the amount of mud that's on the road. It's even just like here, this is a normal, you know, suburban area, and look at the amount of muck on the road. A lot of this is actually come from some new houses that they're building. They're building a new estate just up the hill from where I live, and they're doing a whole load of digging here. But they're meant to, by law, actually sweep the roads and keep them clean, but they don't. And again, like here, where I have to turn in here, a massive pile of flipping gravel. So you've got to watch that. And it's always these piles of muck and rubbish that are on the road are always in the wrong place. Guaranteed. You can never get them in the right place, like in the middle of a field. Yeah, they dump them on the flipping road. Oh, anyway, what have I been doing? Somebody's going to make a video out of me saying anyway every sentence, aren't they? They're going to chop my videos and make a video of it. And my visor is still steaming up. So what's been happening? This is going to be a vlog about the past few months of what's been going on. Well, you'd know from my last video that I got a new job, which I've been doing. Still stressful, still a lot of stuff that I don't think is ever going to calm down, because even the people that are working with me for the past 5 years, they're stressed out still by jobs, and I think it's just the nature of the work that I do, because it's like CGI stuff that you do and all 3D. It's you know, you work on a job and it's like, how long is a piece of string? But anyway, I'm waffling about that. Yeah, where have I been this past 3 months and more than? It's been more than 3 months. When was my last vlog? Was it August or something stupid? Probably. All this amount of traffic. Anyway, August, wasn't it? And yeah, I said that I've got a new job, blah blah blah, and baby, house, doing well. Anyway, we've had the baby. Baby was born in end of Feb, so nearly a month now. Still screaming, still demanding, still tiring out my poor old wife. House, what's happened with the house? Well, we've sold, got a buyer for our house, so that's all done, and we found a house, put an offer in, been accepted, all that shenanigans, and we are in the process of going through solicitors and everything, and getting all the land registry stuff done, so it's in progress. But they're giving us kind of like a provisional kind of moving date of around late May, early June, so it's still going to be another couple of months before we can get our shizzle together and start moving into a bigger house. Hopefully I've got more space for the bike, which will mean that when the weather's rubbish at weekends and stuff and I want to do stuff on the bike, I can do some vlogs of fiddling about on the bike, and you can have a look at the bike a bit more often. Look at my ugly mug if you want more often. So yeah, also I ended up having an accident in November. My bike needs MOTing every like November, and it's absolute rubbish part of the year. It's wet, it's cold, it's terrible, and this particular day was terrible, and I'd meant to have had it MOT'd on a Saturday, because I requested, right, okay, I want it MOT'd on a Saturday because I'm working during the week and there's no way I can get it to the garage during the week, so I need it MOTing on Saturday. Anyway, got it booked in, and on that Saturday morning, when I was actually already travelling up there, they go and phone up to say, no, sorry, and that our engineer bloke who's going to be doing your MOT assessment is not coming in today, so we're cancelling all our servicing and MOTs. So I thought, oh great, it's like, when can I get it then booked in? I've got about another week spare before my MOT run out, and I thought, well, it's going to have to get done this next week then, and going to have to get something sorted. And it was like, well, we can't do it the following Saturday, which I would have been able to do, because then it would have been the following Tuesday after that my MOT actually run out. So I had another Saturday that I could have got it done. He goes, oh no, can't, it's all fully booked, mate. It's like, all fully booked? I said I was booked this Saturday. I said, why can't you just, you know, shove me in there? It's only an MOT that's only going to take like probably 10-15 minutes just to look over the bike and stuff. And it was like, oh no mate, you know, we can't do it. So I said, all right, okay, when can you fit me in then? So he goes, oh, I have to be like midweek, Wednesday or something like this. I thought, right, well, if it's going to have to be that, you're going to have to get me a loan bike or something, because I'm going to have to get to work, and it's going to have to be early in the morning. Somebody's going to have to be there like, you know, 8 o'clock time for me to drop the bike off, and then to make sure I can get all the way back to get to work. And they said, yeah, fine, we'll give you a loan bike. Well, they gave me a loan bike. It was like riding a flipping Harley. The handlebars were right up high. It was a, what's it now, a 2-cylinder thing. It was a NC750XA or something like that they call it. And it had really hard road tyres on, and that got the really chunky looking grip. I'll plop a picture up of it, and also the bike with the damage on the side. And anyway, I thought, right, okay, that'll have to do. Get used to it and ride it to work, even though the roads are mucky, wet, and it's absolutely pouring it down and miserable. So I thought, as long as I get to back to Sudbury, I thought the roads are quite decent enough. The ones that I was fearing are these roads going this way, because they're just absolutely full of gravel, full of muck, and this one along here isn't too bad, and that you get patches of it, but yeah, further along than that it's even worse. And I was fearing this one, so I thought, as long as I get to Sudbury and that, you know, I'll get a bit used to the bike, and it'll be alright. I'll just take it nice and calm and everything. I'm not going to be in a big massive rush, you know. If I'm a few minutes late, I'm a few minutes late, don't matter. So dashed off, and got about halfway home, and then I was just drifting out a little bit, and it was my probably stupid fault, just drifting out a bit just to see if it's right, okay, nice to just overtake. And I was in like a 40-mile-an-hour section, and people were going slow, so it's, you know, it's a comfortable slow pace that I could just, you know, just casually just nip round one car at a time, and that's what I was doing. But just in this particular one place had these really nasty, and I mean nasty, cat's eyes right in the flipping middle of the road after every single line. So you've got no judgment really to kind of miss one. If you're going to pull out, you'd have to quickly just swerve across over one of the white lines, which again, you know, if anyone's rides in the wet and everything in this country, in the UK, you'd know that even the white lines can be quite hazardous, because you know, they just paint on paint and chip over it and then paint on it again, and it ends up becoming a bit of a ridge, and the white paint is quite slippy as well in the wet, so you've got to be careful of them. But this blinking cat's eye, I'm telling you, it must have been about an inch, 2 inches up off the flipping surface of the road. It was massive. Usually they're buried a bit into the ground, but this had been like the cat's eye just been plonked on top of the road surface. And I'm sure there's regulations about the height in which they are meant to be above the road surface, but you know, I took it on that it's my mistake, you know. Anything like that really you should just be careful of and watching out for. So I took it on the chin, but I ended up having to pay 500 quid excess. So it's a very costly MOT session, that was. During the summer, these roads are not too bad, and that I'm able to blast on with them. And also, when it's a lot warmer weather, the tyres warm up quicker as well. But when you're only doing like 30-40 mile an hour on some of these roads, following behind people, it's your tyres never get heated up, and you just don't want to risk it, especially when there's muck and gravel and all sorts on the road. So yeah, that's kind of like the big things and the positions where I'm at present. How much more vlogs am I going to be doing more often, am I? we'll see. Well, I've got a new camera, so I've made that investment. So I'm still sticking around. And yeah, hopefully, let's see, patches of gravel and muck. I'm going to have to try and remember where all this detritus is. And oh yeah, the funny thing is, it's a shame I didn't actually get my crash recorded, because yeah, that definitely would have gone up on YouTube. And another reason why I've got another camera is because my old camera had actually fallen off my helmet. Not actually fallen off into the road, it just literally just peeled itself off, and it was just hanging off. So I pulled the thing off, and I tried getting some sticky pad things to try and stick it back on again, but it never worked. So, and they were kind of like half coming unstuck again, because it's like one of these curved big old mount things that was on my what's it, Ion Air Pro camera. It's pretty difficult to kind of stick it securely onto the helmet and flush. And if you've got slight little gaps, moisture and all that gets in there, and it just then ends up becoming unsticky. So yes, I ditched the old camera. I'm gonna probably stick it up onto my mirrors, so there'll be a backward facing camera, so there'll be two views eventually. But at the moment you're sitting on top of my hat. Be interesting to see what the camera angle looks like, but yeah, I'll close this vlog up anyway and concentrate on getting on to work, and I'll see you in the next one, and hopefully it won't be like 6 months or something stupid down the road. It'll only be a few weeks. But Easter is going to be absolutely terrible this year. They're forecasting snow again, so it'll be our third bout of snow. And looking at the long range weather forecast, it looks like it's going to be a fair bit again, so we could have the same amount dumped on us again. It's like we want to get rid of all this winter weather now, and we just want summer. So yeah, hopefully summer would come along and things will warm up. Right, I'm going to concentrate on my ride now, because I'm going to do a spot of overtaking in a minute.
Wish we could turn back time to the good old days, when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days, when the mama sang us to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
Right here.